There's a new big bad dog on the block. Yeah, we got the Mini Doge Pro miner in. It is, well, actually the same size, but it is a more powerful Mini Doge mining rig. A Mini Doge miner, if you don't know, is an ASIC miner. It's an application-specific integrated circuit miner. It's a purpose-built machine, but these are just little mini miners. They're low power consumption, they're low noise. They even have, most of them, I think all of them actually now have Wi-Fi support, so you can put them anywhere in your house. But yet you still may be wondering, Vosk, why do you have a mining rig in your bathroom and of all things next to a sink? What would OSHA think? Don't do as I say. Watch our electricity guide on how to actually set up mining rigs properly, but by the end of this video, I'll let you know exactly why it's in there and much more. Basically, how much does this miner cost? How much does it make? How much does it burn in electricity a day and watt consumption, right? Everything and more. But first, a message from our CFO, our Chief Fluffy Officer. Yo, my name is Vosker on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. Yep, we got the cutest Doge in the game who owns this place. We're going to be reviewing the Goldshell Mini Doge Pro. I'm going to have disclaimers. I'm going to have profitability. I'm going to have everything that you could ever want or need to know related to this device. But let's just jump right into it. I plugged it in, which means I connect the power cable, which is a 6-pin PCIe connection, as you see on the device, plugged into the one connector, right? And then I plug a power cable into that power brick and plug it into the wall. Normally, these all come with, yes, power supplies. Then I plug in an Ethernet cable, and all of this is laid out in our video guide on how to set up an ASIC miner if you're totally new to this stuff. But basically, it's power and Ethernet. Once I did that, then I was able to just go ahead and connect it on Wi-Fi. I connected it on Wi-Fi, or to my network through the Wi-Fi adapter. I disconnected it, and then I put it in my bathroom. Why is it in the bathroom? Because I'm out of power in my house right now. We're still building out our new mining farm. So that is a free circuit in the bathroom I don't really use, and I really try not to use now, right? It's fine. It's like, as long as you don't dunk it in water, you're gonna be all right. But I can never advise putting electronics next to your sink in your bathroom of all places. So that's a quick backstory on that.
Snuck a mining rig into Miss Vosk's bathroom. I don't even think she knows about it.
Drew, why is there a mining rig in the bathroom?
Why is there That's your rig.
Wi-Fi has been working great. The machine has been working great using the supplied power supply. And I'll explain exactly how you set up Wi-Fi here in a second. But basically, once you get it connected to power and internet, right? And make sure you have a power cable that works for your outlet. They send these crappy China cables that just don't work, right? So I need a NEMA 15 plug, or basically just, standard plug. You may have extras from like your Xbox or your gaming PC or other electronics, right? So then I get the IP address. I just log into my router, or I have an app and it tells me. It's very easy. You can use a free app, something like Fing, to scan your network and find devices. Normally these show up as QSDK on mine, and then I name them. So I put this as Mini Doge Pro so I don't forget, because we have a bunch of devices on our network. Then I change the language to English, as you just saw, and then I need to unlock it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is going to be the password here to unlock this device. You can save it if you want, but it literally tells you, so how you're going to get lost. We can see the uptime here. That was when I went ahead and plugged it in and set it up and everything like that. So we're on this firmware version, hardware, the model, all the information you need to know, the current temperature and the hash rate it's averaging. So it's averaging 210 megahash a second mining Scrypt, which is a mining algorithm. On Scrypt, the two coins that are most often merge mined, basically mined at the same time, would be Litecoin as well as Dogecoin. So we have one hash board in here, and these are the specifics on that. That's the kind of overview of the information here. We click on miner, and from here we can input information. So I use DXpool. I recommend you use DXpool as well, and I would like if you could please support the channel and sign up for your DXpool account with our link if you found out about it through us. I used to use F2 pool, but I started testing DXpool, and to put it simply, I make more there, so I stuck with DXpool. It's really that simple as a miner life, right? So my username dot worker name, and so I just do my username and then dot worker name, whatever the device is. You know, if I had a bunch, I would do, you know, 2. I would label this on the device, or maybe you do it with like a shelf and you have spot A, B, C, D, or, you know, and then 1, 2, 3 on like columns. You know, there's a bunch of different ways to break it down. Whatever works for you. I'm also using sub accounts, so I get very clear readings on my miner reviews. So that's how I have VoskCoin too. But anyway, that's a little bit of an aside. You put in your information, password 1, 2, 3, you click apply, and then you're good. I already have it, so I clicked cancel. There's no modes, there's nothing interesting. You can't change the algorithm or anything. But if you have an RGB version, which are super cool, you can switch it on or off, and they have all these different modes that you can use. You can adjust the brightness and fan speed. These are 2 things I just leave alone here. And that's it. I mean, very simple, very straightforward. I also set up a backup pool, right? I do set up F2 pool as my backup pool, because you don't want to have the same pool as also your backup pool, because that isn't really a backup. That's just the same thing twice. Well, once you got it set up like that, you're good to go. I go over to the pool, I check the performance, because whatever the pool says is going on is what you're actually going to be paid out on. So over the last hour, I've been mining at 235 mega hash second, shows real-time performance of 271. That's based on your submitted shares. That's all fine and dandy, but what really matters is your profitability. How many coins are you earning? How much are you mining? Keep in mind, Doge almost went to $1. So if this was at all-time high prices, this thing would be making, what, over $5 a day. But that's not going to be the case. Yesterday was not a full day, so don't worry about those profits. And this is actually not a full day yet either. So that's the overview of the initial performance and how to get logged in, set up, plugged up, right? So a couple quick things I want to talk about before we really start breaking down the numbers, looking at the specs, everything like that. So, you know, full disclaimer and transparency, we did work with Goldshell last year to bring a mini Doge VoskCoin Tails Edition fun collaborative branded miner to market. We did make money when those were sold. It's one of the things I'm the most proud of. Very cool, very exciting, and easily one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. We do not make money when you buy any of the other Goldshell miners. If you look at our Goldshell link and really dissect it, it is an affiliate link, but they do not have an active affiliate program, and I don't think they had it for any of 2021. We got like maybe one affiliate payout back in like 2019 or 2020 whenever they kind of popped up. So I'm not here to show you stuff, push you stuff. I don't care what you buy, to be honest. I'm just here to have fun, make videos, bring you my opinion, my real world mining profitability, my experience here. And the Mini Doge custom VoskCoin editions, the Tails editions, will no longer be produced because they're only manufacturing the Mini Doge Pro miners. And they're being very cautious with how many miners they bring to market, which I'll talk more about that here in a second shortly. Also, this is on VoskCoin Talk, the best forum in the world. So looking at our profits here, for Doge right now is only about 34 cents. Yeah, that's, ow, I'm still in pain, ow. But Doge is also down 88% from its all-time high. And I think one thing you need to think about in a market like this, if you're going to continue to be mining, is, you know, what are my price targets? Where do I want to be? Do I have diamond hands? Am I going to hold? Because whether you love or hate Doge, and whether I love or hate Doge, every market cycle, it seems to freaking mega pump and people rally behind it and send it to the freaking moon. And next cycle, I'm not going to be wondering, why is my Doge bag not heavy enough? It'll be heavy and I'll get there through mining. Also, when I was searching Doge, I saw Doge GF, so Doge has a girlfriend now, apparently. This is not a recommendation or endorsement. I actually think you're going to have a bad time if you buy this coin, but it's funny nonetheless. Also, obviously, Litecoin. Litecoin, we're mining a whopping 0.00254 Litecoins in our not a full 24 hours, breaking down to a whopping 18 cents. And you may be like, oh my God, this thing's getting obliterated. But it's actually right now only projected to mine about 64 cents of cryptocurrency per day. And at a 10 cent per kilowatt hour electric rate, we'll say a good residential electric rate, right? you'll be spending about 53 cents a day in electricity. Means you're only pulling 12 cents a day per the mining profitability calculators. In our initial limited testing here, that seems to be pretty much on the money with how much we're earning in mining. This video was only made possible thanks to Coin Mining Central, who helped us source this Mini Doge Pro miner, because whether these miners are absolute cash cows or just, cool little passive income machines, Goldshell has been sold out. They still sell out everything so quickly. And I did contact them. They basically said that they're going to bring very limited miners to market. We will likely not see many miners from them. And I think if we do, they will be smaller batches. We may see a lot of, residential miners, which, so, I want to address something. Sometimes people are like, oh, VoskCoin, you're a Goldshell shill. Okay, one, I'm not. Two, none of these other manufacturers make a lot of little at-home mini mining rigs. The box series miners by Goldshell is so freaking cool because it decentralized miners. It lowers the price point to get into these. Not everybody has 10, 20, 50 grand to throw at a mining rig. And honestly, that's a very aggressive play. Most people could recover from an $800 mining rig if it didn't work out. Obviously, we always hope it does. So let's say you spend $800, you turn it into crypto and you buy this miner, and that was your hard-earned money from your 9-to-5, right? So sell your initial crypto, break even, pay it off, and then it's all cash from there. Sell the coins to pay your electric bill, and then just stack up the rest, do whatever you want to do. Obviously, it's not financial advice, but he who stays in crypto the longest wins. Why? Look at the history of it. The people who held Bitcoin, really from any year, looking forward, had a good time on average. Same thing with Litecoin, kind of, but especially Dogecoin. These are big, old cryptocurrencies. They benefit from the Lindy effect. They're here to stay, whether you love them or you hate them. So that's like my spiel on that. But Goldshell continues to be sold out. If you're able to buy one from them with the power supply, it'll cost you around $814 before any sort of import fees and things like that. There's two editions they have, the RGB, maybe non-RGB like we have shown here, and then also the Noir, which is an all black version, which is pretty cool. And I would stay tuned to the channel if you want to see some Noir mining soon. But again, seriously, thank you so much to Coin Mining Central for making this video possible, helping us get this miner in. And it was an RGB with Wi-Fi and a power supply. Freaking cool. If you want $100 off your order, also use our link out in the video description down below. When you take what these sell for from Goldshell and their markup, it's really not that bad. We've seen some really bad scalping in the ASIC reseller mining industry over the last year. This example right here is not bad. Honestly, I think that's a fair reseller markup.
Hey guys, it's Miss Vosk here to tell you about today's video sponsor, CoinEx. CoinEx is a cryptocurrency exchange platform whose goal is to make crypto trading easy and aims to provide services for all types of users. They support several features, including spot trading, futures, margin trading, and automated market making. The platform has over 500 cryptocurrencies and supports 16 languages. They say they have over 3 million users across over 200 countries. To learn more about CoinEx, check out the link in the video description below. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research before investing.
Should you buy this though? Well, let's talk a little bit more about the numbers. So the Mini Doge Pro is supposed to mine at 205 megahash a second. Ours is proving to be beating that slightly. Then it's supposed to consume about 220 watts. And then we compare this to the original Mini Doge. It's not that much more professional. The original Mini Doge mines at about 185 megahash a second, and it consumes about 233 watts. So yes, obviously the Mini Doge Pro is better, but not too significantly. It's not like you're completely outclassed. And right now we're seeing a huge slowdown from Scrypt miners being produced across the market. For example, we've not seen any new batches of the Bitmain miner L7, which is an absolute powerhouse. It mines 9,050 megahash a second on the Scrypt mining algorithm. Yeah, that is crazy, but it also costs 20 grand, and that's if you get it direct from Bitmain. Just some things to understand and keep in mind, and it'll probably sell out before you even notice it. For some reason, even in these market conditions,
welcome to mining.
So Mini Doge Pro versus the L7 versus the Mini Doge original miner, right? I mean, it's not even a fair comparison. If you can afford an L7, go for it and you know burn it up. Go ahead and get a bunch of hash, mine a bunch of Dogecoins, right? What the mini doges are so incredible and fun with is just the fact that they're accessible. They make more money than they earn, even in these bad market conditions. This is still, a profit, right? You can, consult a professional, whatever else, disclaimer, but you can operate like a business here, right? Expense the miner, expense your electricity. Now you really start kind of making some gains, getting ahead. Yes, it's a long path to breaking even, considering that over the next year, you will, if everything stays the same, which is low and sad in these current prices, you would make $232. You would spend $190 of it on electricity. You would only pull $42. I get it. It's not the most lucrative buy. If all the prices stayed the same forever and nothing else changed, it'd take you 20 years to turn a profit? Where do I get this miner? It's so freaking profitable. I want to put it in my house and be rich. But guess what? Historically, that doesn't mean the future's guaranteed. On average, Doge just rockets up and hits a new all-time high, and everything becomes worth, and everyone's a Dogecoin millionaire, except for the guy who actually became a Dogecoin millionaire and then never took profits, and he is now no longer a millionaire. It's funny how things go. There is another concern that surfaces. A question to address is, what about Dogecoin moving to proof of stake? So Vitalik Buterin, he sent over 500 ETH, which was worth more than $1 million at the time he sent it, to the Dogecoin Foundation. And that address is within Kraken. So Vitalik Buterin essentially wiped you all over his Buterin if you're an Ethereum investor, because he sent 500 Ethereum just to get insta-dumped by a competitor coin and project because he's so nice, whatever else. It's pretty funny. I don't know, but Vitalik's a very, very smart, very interesting guy. He's like a modern day philosopher, pretty much. So Dogecoin proof of stake, the Dogecoin developers are absolutely incompetent. It is possible. That is a risk and concern. In my opinion, Dogecoin loses absolutely all of its value if it goes to proof of stake, because Shiba Inu, SHIB token, right, which basically popped up as the big Dogecoin clone and competitor in the previous market cycle. Most people know about SHIB by now. SHIB is better than Dogecoin at literally everything. And I say that as someone who doesn't have SHIB, has Doge. And you're like, what are you talking about? Well, I mine Doge. And I think it's cool. I think it's fun. I like the historical aspect. I love the proof of work. And that's it. I mine it. I'm a Dogecoin miner. I'm not a Dogecoin buyer, really. However, SHIB is on proof of stake. It's basically a token, right? They have decentralized exchanges. They have NFTs. They have a bunch of other things. They have so much more compared to Doge. If Doge goes to proof of stake, you should just use and buy SHIB. That's it. All Dogecoin has is its community and marketing and brand and old logo and like that historical factor, right? But if we're comparing it like apples to apples, at that point, it's not interesting to me. But reasoning with Dogecoin investors is not possible. And that's okay. I respect the meme coins now. Meme coins humbled me last market cycle. I talk crap about them. It's ridiculous. You watch the Dogecoin dev calls. Look at this footage. It's freaking snooze fest.
Hold on. They're saying the stream's frozen. They're saying the stream is frozen.
But yeah, Dogecoin will still pump and be one of the biggest cryptocurrencies by market cap ever. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball. Nothing's guaranteed. Time will tell. But yeah, so that's my spiel on that for whatever it's worth. All in all, the Mini Doge Pro miner, it's sweet. It's it's a cheaper miner. It makes more money than it burns. But it is no cash cow. So buy it if you want it, right? Buy it if you're interested. Buy it if you're operating like a business. Buy it if you're long-term focused. Run these numbers around all-time high numbers. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty lucrative with that in mind. But hey, nothing's guaranteed. So I never want to mislead you or pump you up full of FOMO or anything like that. I can tell you that I'm going to have some Doge miners. I'm going to stack up some coins. But I'm not betting my life savings on it. That should be reserved for Bitcoin. But that's also not financial advice. The best thing that I can absolutely guarantee you that you will be thankful of, that you do after watching this video, if you haven't already, is subscribe to the VoskCoin YouTube channel. Let's go. Shameless plug. Hit the button, a thumbs up, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the internet's favorite dog, the Doge. And we upload daily, so I hope I see you tomorrow as well. Thanks for watching.